Hello there. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who has followed this page so far. The purpose of Cruciate was to help educate and motivate others who have gone through or are currently going through a sport-related ACL tear and rehabilitation. It's also been a real source of motivation for me during my current injury. Though I'm not the first person to set up a page like this, having gone through the highs and lows of the injury 3 times, I can speak with some anecdotal experience that some may find valuable and others will hopefully find interesting. In this video, I intend to give a simple description of the ACL and why it is such an important part of the knee, especially for those who are active or playing sports. 2 or 3 years ago, I made a questionnaire for some of my teammates in my football club. I asked them a number of questions regarding their knowledge of and attitudes towards injuries and getting injured. One of the questions was, have you ever torn your ACL? 4 out of the 17 respondents said yes. The next question posed was, do you know what the ACL is or does? I found the responses here kind of interesting. 70% answered yes, while 5% said no, and about 25% were unsure. Assuming those who had injured their ACL before responded yes to this second question, it would suggest that roughly 40% of players in the survey who had not injured their ACL before had limited knowledge about the cruciate ligaments. You must also allow for a bit of margin of error there, and perhaps some of the players who said yes may also have had maybe only a rough idea of what is going on inside the knee. I know myself, I didn't really know much about it before I got injured. So the image here shows a frontal view of the joint. The function of the ACL specifically is to prevent the tibia, one of the bones in the lower part of your leg, from sliding out in front of the femur or your thigh bone. It also provides rotational stability, and there are many other components to the knee that can be damaged and do tend to be damaged when someone tears their ACL. There is commonly some cartilage damage and bruising to the bone. For everyday function, the ACL isn't really put under much stress, but because it stabilizes one of the major bones in the lower leg in sports that are high in speed and intensity or physicality or require twisting and turning motions, it can demand a lot more from the ligament than what is normally asked of it. The ligament structure is like a band of dense connective tissue and naturally has a nerve and blood supply going to it. So that's it for this post. I'll put together a couple more of these that will hopefully inform people on the basics of the injury. The next one I am planning will look at how injuries occur in sports such as Gaelic football, rugby, soccer, basketball, all of that. I'm not a doctor or a physio, but I have educated myself quite a bit on the ins and outs of the injury. And again, I'm happy to share my experiences with anyone who's interested. Thanks to everyone for the support.